evening. So seeing this, Mr. Wolfie here, he's, do you remember, this chap said that he went over and was captured by Egypt or something like this, some crap like this. Now they've sent over, recently they sent over that Toig Hickey fella, or Hecky, whatever his name is. And he's saying that he had to drink out Mr. Murphy didn't go as far as to say that they were forced to drink out of toilets, but is it not a big enough lie as there is to say that you're going over there when you didn't even leave Ireland? Because I can guarantee you now, Mr. Murphy did not leave Ireland. The only video, I've seen 2 videos of that Toig fella who's just paid for social media pawn. That's all he is, and he knows he is, but he's making decent money, so that's why he's doing it. You know, it's about who can sell the best, sell their story the best. Seems to be a team with them. But sorry about the dog barking outside. So here he is talking about. Somebody replied to him to just spoil their vote when it comes to the presidential election in Ireland coming up. The 22nd, 23rd or 27th, maybe.
Look,
he's telling you both sides, right? So have a listen. I'll let the whole thing play through, and then I'll come back in.
You can spoil your vote if you want. It's up to you. But I tell you who will be delighted if you do spoil your vote. Heather Humphreys will be delighted, Neil Martin will be delighted, Simon Harris will be delighted. You're thinking about spoiling your vote because you're angry at the political establishment, and you're right to be angry. But this is a straight contest between a government candidate, Heather Humphreys, and an opposition candidate, Catherine Connolly. On the one side is Heather Humphreys, who is a Fine Gael minister whose fingerprints are all over the disastrous housing policies which have seen corporate landlords and private developers get rich from a crisis facing ordinary people. She was part and parcel of the attempts to dismantle, which are ongoing, dismantle what's left of our neutrality. She personally was involved in a Green Paper attempting to implement horrific cuts against disabled people. That's on the one side. On the other side is Catherine Connolly, a fiercely independent opposition TD who for decades has been speaking out against the disastrous housing policies of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, who for decades has been speaking up and out against Israeli apartheid and occupation against the Palestinian people, and who is a staunch defender of our neutrality and the triple lock, which helps to secure it. It's up to you, but I would recommend you use your vote, strike a blow against the government in the presidential elections. Look.
So there you go. He's explained both of the candidates here and what will happen if you do spoil your vote. So we all know this is basically just a game for these people, right? So let's take Mr. Murphy here. Just even by looking at the image, right? Here he is telling you what you should do, right? And what the outcome would be if you were to spoil your vote, which a lot of people are pushing for. I see a lot of people are pushing for this spoil your vote thing, right? I found it a bit strange as well. Your man Gaviscon, yeah, Jim Gavin, his name would still be on the ballot because they printed all the things out. They print them all out beforehand, and he was still in the running. And then that's why they're saying there's so much sort of, the pressure being put on Mr. Martin and stuff like this. It's all a fucking show. We know it is, right? But look at the image itself, right? The way they put this guy across to us. He's sitting there at the desk, look in the background on the right, little megaphone. That's to say, this guy is a speaker for us, He's like some type of vigilante type. Not as much as a vigilante, but like an opinion that you should listen to. That's why they put the megaphone there on the bottom right. he's saying your woman that he's going for, Catherine Connolly, CC 33, 33 CC, third letter of the alphabet, that she's independent, she's on all this, mentions, now see how the thing has become a talking point for them now with the Palestine issue, right? Even though we see the last 2 days that that's meant to be, agreement was met over there, and that's it, they're calling a halt to it or whatever, right? They're still out, the people are still out doing Palestine. Here's one here, here's a perfect example for you. You see how that's become like a major talking point for them, and why you should make a conscious decision and choose this person to represent. A lot of people might say, well, present it's a nonsensical role in Ireland and blah blah, all that stuff, right? You know all that stuff. But sure, were things not a big issue where Higgins signed off on or had to sign off on? Was there not a big deal made about Higgins the final book or whatever being or the book lies with Higgins when it came to signing off on certain things? Was there not a few people that were aware of that and were talking up about that? Do you know? So the whole point of it is to put forward like you are, like you get out there and vote, like be not saying blatantly to you, be grateful that that's what you can do because you're a free person, free citizen, whatever. But because this is the right thing to do, you must side with this. It's that pick a side again, pick a side. All of these things play into what this is just a game for them, like I said, It's purely just a game. And he's saying about CC, Catherine Connolly, being independent, blah, 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 all this stuff. She was House Speaker over here, a public speaker, or whatever it was, the Concordia. She's the Concordia here, do you remember? So, I mean, do you really think the establishment would allow someone who is supposed to be independent as like our House Speaker? Come on. Pull the other leg, Mr. Murphy. It's getting easier to see through them, isn't it? But anyway, another interesting thing. Like I said, CC, right? Catherine Connolly, 33. Heather Humphreys, 88. Just for people out there into the old numerology.